Be interesting, be enthusiastic, and don't talk too much. My family moved, first to Washington, D.C., and then, in the spring of 1975, to Lebanon, where my father worked as a diplomat at the American Embassy. My parents were enthusiastic about the move, so my older brother and I felt like we were off to some place kind of cool. The New Age movement looks like a mixed bag. I see much in it that seems good, it's optimistic, it's enthusiastic, it has the capacity for belief. On the debit side, I think one needs to distinguish between belief and credulity. When you're a very ambitious person, the things that are disappointing are when other people around you aren't as enthusiastic. May joy and good fellowship reign, and in this manner, may the Olympic torch pursue its way through ages, increasing friendly understanding among nations, for the good of a humanity always more enthusiastic, more courageous and more pure. Groupies are just very enthusiastic fans, that's all. Miami has been my second home for 15 years, so I look forward to spending more and more time here as co-owner of Miami FC, giving my enthusiastic contribution for its success. In Paris and later in Marseille, I was surrounded by some of the best food in the world, and I had an enthusiastic audience in my husband, so it seemed only logical that I should learn how to cook la cuisine bourgeoise, good, traditional French home cooking. I'll be more enthusiastic about encouraging thinking outside the box when there's evidence of any thinking going on inside it. We're just enthusiastic about what we do. I wholeheartedly rejected anything remotely feminine but was not enthusiastic about anything masculine either. I did not want to cook and have babies, and I did not want to be an engineer or a baseball player or a soldier or a politician or any of the myriad careers open mostly or solely to men. I wanted to be a poet. I always found that if you handle a problem in a benevolent way and a transparent way and involve other people, so it's just not your personal opinion, that people get to the other side of these difficult conversations being more enthusiastic. In 1970, Dean Robert Ebert offered me the chair of pathology at Harvard Medical School. I moved to Harvard because I missed the university environment and, more particularly, the stimulating interaction with the eager, enthusiastic, and unprejudiced young minds of the students and fellows. One can become enthusiastic over anything. For a time I was delighted with bomb throwing. It gave me a tremendous pleasure to bomb those fellows from above. I'm always trying to make myself laugh. I'm the most enthusiastic audience I'm likely to find, so if it doesn't make me smile then it probably won't work on you. The jokes that only make me shrug get cut. First, President Reagan was not enthusiastic, but I built up a relationship with him in other areas and then persuaded him that this was important to us and to me, and that we had to at least be in the process of looking at this seriously. When you work for Pat Riley, you're not just putting your hands on the basket and hanging out during practice. He puts you in positions where you have to coach. You have to be enthusiastic and fierce with your preparation and work ethic. I still love the game. I still feel like I'm a 25-year-old. I really still love the game and feel as enthusiastic about the game as I ever have felt about it. I went on all over the States, ranting poems to enthusiastic audiences that, the week before, had been equally enthusiastic about lectures on railway development or the modern Turkish essay. I think America is a hard nut to crack, but once you get a toehold, it's a great place for an entrepreneur because people are so enthusiastic, and you have the most enthusiastic audiences in world. Almost everybody is enthusiastic about the promise of biotechnology to cure disease and to relieve suffering. Enthusiasm is not the same as just being excited. One gets excited about going on a roller coaster. One becomes enthusiastic about creating and building a roller coaster. I can't be enthusiastic as soon as I write something on the music sheet. The music sheet is only the beginning. It has to be listened to, played by the instruments, and then heard by the director, but most importantly, it has to be listened to by the public. I had an inspirational teacher at my junior school, Peter Nixon. He was enthusiastic, knowledgeable and slightly scary, a good combination for a teacher. From the beginning of the radiation laboratory, I have had the rare good fortune of being in the center of a group of men of high ability, enthusiastic and completely devoted to scientific pursuits. Great passions may give us a quickened sense of life, ecstasy and sorrow of love, the various forms of enthusiastic activity, disinterested or otherwise, which comes naturally to many of us. To be successful in anything, you have to have a passion for it, and that leads to being enthusiastic and demanding. I didn't have it for history, so I wouldn't have been a good teacher in that area, but I had it for basketball. And that's what coaching is at every level, it's about teaching. Act enthusiastic and you will be enthusiastic. The fact that the adult American Negro female emerges a formidable character is often met with amazement, distaste, and even belligerence. It is seldom accepted as an inevitable outcome of the struggle won by survivors, and deserves respect if not enthusiastic acceptance. Labor should be recognized as entitled to consult with management in the mutual interest. Labor cannot be driven, and business cannot be successful unless the men employed in it are enthusiastic and loyal. That loyalty cannot be obtained with a big stick, it must be based upon fair dealing and sympathy. I would say the secret is to be enthusiastic about everything that comes into your life. To care about people, to be excited about everything that comes close to you. I love to read, and I love to write, mostly. We're constantly striving for success, fame and comfort when all we really need to be happy is someone or something to be enthusiastic about. I never have any problem getting enthusiastic with a good song and a good band. I work so hard to make that sure I'm successful. If you're positive and really excited and enthusiastic about what you're doing, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen big time. A lot of the time the K-pop fans are pleasant and enthusiastic and they really credit everyone who has been a part of their favorite artist's records. It is difficult to be creative and enthusiastic about anything for which we do not feel affection. I focus on spiritual wealth now, and I'm busier, more enthusiastic, and more joyful than I have ever been. No person who is enthusiastic about his work has anything to fear from life. Americans are a can-do people, an enthusiastic people, a problem-solving people, and when given a direction and given a plan, they'll sign on. I want to be around people that are just as enthusiastic about the process and storytelling as I am. Latins are tenderly enthusiastic. In Brazil they throw flowers at you. In Argentina they throw themselves. If you want to be enthusiastic, act enthusiastic. I still get wildly enthusiastic about little things. I play with leaves. I skip down the street and run against the wind. Get excited and enthusiastic about your own dream. This excitement is like a forest fire, you can smell it, taste it, and see it from a mile away. My husband is a brilliant cook, enthusiastic and good, but he has not mastered the clearing up as you go along. There is also poetry written to be shouted in a square in front of an enthusiastic crowd. This occurs especially in countries where authoritarian regimes are in power. To be honest, I really enjoy the chance to meet the fans because I've found with The Hobbit, the fans are all really lovely and enthusiastic. The ability to do this so quickly was largely due to the enthusiastic and efficient services of Mr. C.E. Taylor, who did all the machine work in our shop for the first as well as the succeeding experimental machines. My job description is, being enthusiastic. I love doing fiction. I love doing performance films and I love doing documentaries that don't have music. I love to shoot and I love to shoot things I'm enthusiastic about. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.